Alright guys, I'm here to share with you a tip that has changed the game for me. I've been meal prepping for years, almost a decade. My meal prep has consisted of make a big dinner, save it in the fridge in big containers, and then portion that out whenever you're about to go to work, whenever you're about to go somewhere and you're just too busy to meal prep something. And that has worked. I mean, you can efficiently do that forever. But recently, my husband invested into some containers because I was telling him I would like to have things in the freezer. And I don't want to spend my time putting things together before I go someplace because I would like to be able to grab it, microwave it, eat it, and be finished with it, or microwave it, put it in a taco, whatever. We got these containers, extremely helpful. They are like small little, it's almost like Chinese takeout containers, but instead of elongated, they're circular. I will now cook very bulk. So I'll cook about 5 pounds at a time of lean ground turkey, and I'll season it with a taco mix. Then I'll also be cooking other proteins at the same time in order to switch it up. So maybe some chicken, maybe some pork tenderloin, and I'll season them appropriately. Of course, shredding things or cutting things up into smaller portions so that I can get about 4 to 5 ounces of said protein into the container after I finish cooking it and then popping them into the freezer or fridge. Whereas the next day, since I don't feel like doing all this in one day, the next day I'm going to take them out of the fridge or freezer and I'm going to put the veggies that I cook for that day. Of course, we're trying to cook bulk here, and you can cook different kinds of veggies that day, which is why I like to take my time in prepping for these meals, because I would like to have different things. I want them to taste different, and like fresh one day or a taco another day, some type of burrito bowl or whatever. And then once I fill them with their required veggies, which is usually the biggest portion of the meal, put them back in the fridge or freezer. And then the next day I bring them back out to put said starch in. So this could be sweet potato cubes or fries that have like spice, garlic, onion, texture, taste, or it could be mashed potatoes. Really love mashed potatoes. It could be rice. I've recently made a bone broth infused rice where I sauteed a bunch of the peppers from my garden and some of the tomatoes, and also cooked up some onions. It's also got veggies in it, and it's also got protein in it. This might be the winner for the rest of the year. Just got to keep up on them. I think it's called Kettle and Fire bone broth. So then I'll pop those back into the fridge or freezer, and if you look at it, I have like about 30 containers that are in the freezer right now. So I can continue cooking if I want to and just leave those in there, but most of the time I don't feel like cooking after that big cooking escapade. This might be like a nada to some people, most people probably, but I figured I would share because this has definitely changed my life. My weight is going down. I'm still enjoying the same foods, the same activities, the same snacks. I still bake on the weekends. It has just been extremely helpful. And the only thing I changed was the containers in the freezer pre-portioned.